When working with heavy equipment, always be certain that all safety rules and guidelines are followed in order to protect you and anyone else in the area. Do not permit anyone to stand alongside trench being excavated. Check all component hinge pins and their securing devices often. Be sure outriggers are properly extended before starting operations. Observe extreme caution when operating under low overhead obstructions. Observe extreme caution when excavating where there may be underground wires and pipes. Always use warning signs and proper control procedures when working on roads or streets. Never perform service or repairs on equipment that has not been properly blocked and secured. Travel at safe operating speed. When mounting or dismounting the equipment or trucks, always use the three-point method. When operating or working around heavy equipment, always be sure to wear the following: hard hat, protective goggles, gloves. These safety rules and personal protection equipment are in place to protect you and the people you work with. Please be sure to follow them at all times. Backfill an excavation. In this job sheet, we will cover how to backfill an excavation, which is a procedure used in all types of utility digging. In this program, you will learn how to use the front bucket of the backhoe to return the spoils to the trench. The tools and equipment that you will need to complete this task are backhoe. Let's now go through the steps you will need to follow to complete this task. After digging the trench, move the backhoe around on the spoils side of the trench. Start at one end of the trench perpendicular or no more than a 45-degree angle to the spoils pile. Drop the front bucket down flat on the ground without raising the front wheels off the ground. Make sure that you are in low gear. To verify, please stop and check at this time. Determine how much to push by assessing the type of material and the height and width of the stockpile. In most cases, attempt to push a third to a half of a bucket into the trench. Raise the left arms and leave the material in the bucket, which will act as a push blade the next trip. Now back up and scoot over. Drop the bucket down to the ground. Push another half bucket into the trench, repeating this step until all spoils have been pushed into the trench. Take the remainder of the material in the bucket to the opposite end of the trench and dump it into the trench. When you loaded the bucket the first time, very little spoils went into the trench. Leave the center of the trench slightly mounded for settling. To straighten uneven backfill, tilt the front bucket down and use the edge of the blade to push or pull the spoils into place. You have now completed the steps necessary to complete this job sheet. When you have mastered this task, you will be able to do the following: how to use the front bucket of the backhoe to return the spoils to the trench. You have now completed the steps necessary for this job sheet. If you have any questions, please speak with your instructor and then review this program in its entirety.